Thank you for calling Wellness Partners. This is Riley, your scheduling assistant. How may I help you today?
Hey Riley, I'm just curious, what are your office hours on Monday?
Great question. On Mondays, our office is open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, how long does a first appointment typically last for a new patient?
For new patients, the first appointment typically lasts about 45 to 60 minutes. This includes a consultation, examination, and often your first adjustment, if appropriate. Would you like to schedule an appointment today?
In just 30 minutes, I set up that custom AI voice agent that you guys just heard, as well as this back-end automation to go with it. And I sell these exact solutions to small businesses all across the greater Boston area, and they generate me thousands of dollars per month in recurring revenue. And in this video, I'm going to show you why these custom AI voice agents are an essential and highly valuable asset for any small business today. I'm going to give you a complete step-by-step guide on how you can build one of these agents yourself, and I'll even give you my proven strategy for marketing and selling these high value services to local businesses for thousands of dollars. That way you guys can make some money this month. So if you're ready to build a valuable AI solution and start a high ticket service business, let's dive right in. So before I get into all the details and help you guys build this out step by step, I wanted to show you this, and it's the AI voice agent industry. This is the market predictions for it, which is absolutely insane. You can see it has a compound annual growth rate of 34.8%, which is unheard of in basically any industry. And by 2034, it's projected to reach $47.5 billion, which is absolutely insane. So if you guys pay attention and watch this whole video and implement everything I'm about to show you, you could set yourself up for extreme success over this next decade. So shameless plug before we hop right in, I do have a paid community where I teach all of this information and give the step-by-step guides and workflows for $39 a month. Once we hit 800 members, so once 4 more people join, the price is going up, probably around $79 a month. So I'll leave a link in the description. If you guys want, check it out. We have a bunch of blueprints that you can copy and paste and start making money tomorrow with AI. And the reason that you're able to sell these agents for $2,000, $3,000, even $4,000 per month is because if you come over to Indeed, you can see that people hire a receptionist for $30 an hour, 20 to 30 an hour, 25 to 30 an hour. So if we do the math on that really quick, 30 times, someone works probably about 2,000 hours a year. $60,000 is what they're going to spend on a receptionist. If we're charging them $2,500 a month, 12 months, that comes up to about half what they were going to pay someone else. And this is extremely valuable because our AI agent that we're going to set up for them is always working 24/7. So if they get a lead at 3 a.m., the AI agent will be there to answer the phone. And if you guys have spent any time on Instagram Reels, you've likely seen the flood of quick tutorials on how to set up these AI agents and get rich quick. Let me be blunt with you. Most of these gurus that are trying to sell this to you clearly lack a foundational understanding of AI automation, back-end integrations, and advanced prompt engineering. So it's pretty frustrating to see these half-baked guides circulating everywhere, but I promise you will not find that here. I'm providing a fully detailed, comprehensive masterclass, not the half-ass version. That way you guys can build a genuinely functional, high-value product and take pride in what you're selling and know that it actually helps the business generate revenue and save money. So with all that out of the way, let's hop right in. That way we can help you set this up. So without further ado, the platform that we use to set up these custom AI voice agents is going to be VAPI AI. And from what I've seen, I've tested out a few different platforms that offer this. VAPI is just the best all-in-one solution. So if you come over to their website, you could sign up and they have a free plan that you can get started with. I'm going to open mine up right over here and I'll just walk you through. So when you first get in here, they're going to have this assistant tab right here. If you go there, they will have one already set up for you just so you can kind of test it out, see how it works. And immediately you can see the cost is 15 cents per minute, which is extremely cheap. If we do the math on this, most businesses probably get about 50 calls a day that last 2 minutes, so 100 minutes. And we're going to multiply that times 0.15. You have $15. So if we multiply that by 365, you got $5,475 is the business owner's cost compared to the $60,000 that they were ready to pay a receptionist. So if you can show them this and demonstrate that, they will be happy to hand over their credit card and start working with you. But anyways, back to VAPI, however you want to say it. You can see the latency is about 1050 milliseconds, and that has to do with the transcriber, which turns the spoken speech into text. That way the AI model can read it, analyze it, and come up with a response. It has to do with the model that we're using. So if you use a different model, if you come over here, you can use any of these models that you want. And when I set these up, I typically use Anthropic because I've found that it's the best at sounding natural on the phone. But just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to stick with OpenAI. The voice, VAPI, the latency, 250 milliseconds. And then finally, the transport web, because we're using a web application for this. And then if you scroll down, you can change some settings. This one is like when they pick up the phone, is our assistant going to speak first? Is it going to wait for the person on the other end to say hello? Simple things like that. The first message, this is kind of important, so I'll just show you guys an example of if we talk to this one. So if you click this button up here, you can see a quick sample.
Thank you for calling Wellness Partners. This is Riley, your scheduling assistant. How may I help you today?
Hey Riley, I was just hoping for you to give me some information about your clinic.
Of course, I'd be happy to help with that. Wellness Partners is a multi-specialty health clinic offering...
Well, anyways, you get the idea. And then if we come down here, this is the most important part, the system prompt right here, because this is basically how we're telling the agent to act and speak. So you can really get into this and customize everything. You can see you can customize the personality, the speech characteristics. You can have it set up certain steps, but I would stick to around 3 or 4 steps, because I've found when you go above that and you get to like 5 to 7 steps, the AI tends to hallucinate a little bit and it'll go out of order and mess things up. So you can experiment a little. It might be a little bit better to use OpenAI compared to Anthropic if you're going to be using like 15-step things, but I would just stick to 3-step processes. Something else that's pretty important to note is that inside of VAPI, if you come over to this phone numbers tab, you're able to create your own phone number, and you can enter in your own area tab. And you get up to 10 free US phone numbers with VAPI. You can also connect Twilio if you have an account, all these other providers, but I would just stick with the free accounts that they have for you. And then if you come over to the voice library, you can integrate with 11 Labs, and you can choose any of these voices.
Hola, soy Sam. Bienvenido a la formación para las entrevistas de...
Voglio dire. Yesterday's home run.
The spring and early.
You can filter by gender, so if you want a female compared to a male, you can pick that.
Changing all things is sweet.
I've thought about what happened back then.
You must welcome change as...
Be here now.
And another pretty important part of VAPI is this tools section. You'll see sometimes we do create custom tools depending on what we want to do. Like if we want to integrate this into Google Sheets without using N8n, we can just integrate it right here. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be using N8n just because I think it makes everything a lot simpler. So let's hop in here and let's build our very own assistant. So if we come over here, we just click on Create Assistant, and we'll just name this one Rena. And as you can see, they have some templates that you can start with super easy. So customer support specialist, this would be someone who maybe they're running an e-commerce store and people are calling them about refunds, returns. Maybe they have questions about exchanges, things like that. A lead qualification specialist. So maybe you sell something high ticket that's like $4,000 per sale. You're just trying to qualify those leads, make sure they're qualified to buy. This one is probably going to be the most common that you'll find among these voice agents. That's not to say you can't use these other ones and sell them. It's just to say that most businesses are typically looking for an appointment scheduler, and you're not limited to that either. So if you choose the appointment scheduler, you can also add in other information, which I'll show you how to do. So we're going to go with the appointment scheduler for now. We'll click Create Assistant. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do now that we have this new agent set up is before we touch any of this, we want to decide what niche are we going to be selling to. So to come up with these, what you want to do basically is you can come over to a website like Outscraper, and this basically allows you to get leads from pretty much anywhere. This one's the Google Maps scraper. So if we scroll through here, we could see a list of different services to get leads from. And I think we are going to go with a chiropractor just because I know that's a good one, and they're always looking to book appointments and have somebody that's basically a receptionist, so that's an easy target to go after. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to come over to Appify, and if you guys aren't familiar with Appify, it's basically a lead scraper. So you can pretty much scrape anything from TikTok comments, you can scrape Google Maps, which is the one we're going to be using. You could scrape Instagram posts, profiles, And for this example, we're doing the Google Maps scraper. How this works is all you do is type in whatever term. So for us, that's chiropractor. You can add more if you want. So if you want to do chiropractors, massage parlors, etc., you could just type those all out. Location, this is optional as well. We're just going to do USA. And let's say 200 just for the sake of this tutorial. And you can get as detailed as you want. For now, I'm just going to leave it like that. And we're going to run and start. So I'll be back with you guys once this run is finished, and we'll have a bunch of emails that we can call on. So that took about 2 minutes, and it cost about 80 cents to get all of these leads. And I forgot to mention to you guys, if you sign up for Appify, they do give you a free $5 of credits per month. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but I do recommend them. So as you can see, we do now have a bunch of different leads for chiropractors. What I like to do is I like to export CSV, comma separated value. And I just like to download that, and then we're going to go into Google Sheets, and we're going to make it look really nice. So we can actually just type in sheets.new, and if we come over to File, we can import, and we can grab that recent one that we just grabbed, which is right here, open it up, and import the data. And you could see we now have And you can see we now have the name of every single one of these chiropractic offices. We have their review score on Google. We have their review count, which is actually very important because if they have low reviews, you could possibly sell them something that's going to get them more reviews, like an AI automation that automatically emails people after a visit and says, hey, if you want 20% off your next visit, write us a review. And we have a bunch of information, where they're located, the city, the state. And this is the most important. We have all of their phone numbers. So we can literally go down this list and call these numbers one by one, or we can use a tool like Straight Text and just message every single one of them. But what I typically do, if you want to get kind of sneaky, is you can call them directly with the voice agent. But I wouldn't recommend this if you're a complete beginner because that takes a little bit of setting up. So what I would do is I would go down this list and I would call them one by one. But as you guys can see, we have 201 phone numbers of chiropractic offices in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Connecticut, so pretty much the New England area. I'm telling you guys, if you do something like this and you call every single one of these offices, every single one of these numbers one by one, and you go down this list for a day, you're going to have about 10 to 15 leads. And then once you hop on like a sales call with them, you could probably close 3 to 5 of them, and you're already at $10,000 a month from that. So if you can get 5 of these 201 people to say yes to this, you'll be at $10,000 per month. And what I typically like to do is when I'm selling them, so let's say I book an appointment. When I do the first call, I say, hey, introduce yourself, tell them what you do, explain how you set up these AI voice agents for businesses. And then I would add something like, oh, I recently worked with a chiropractor in your area and they're getting 20% more leads every month, something like that. And then what you can say is basically, I'll set this up for free for a month for you. If you like it, we can discuss and we'll continue working together. If not, no hard feelings. I'll never message you again. And when you do that, they're of course going to say yes because you're offering them free service. And then once it does work for a month, because these are basically you set it up once and it runs forever. Once you set that up for them, they're going to continue working for you. And that's how you can sign clients pretty quickly. Okay, so now that we know that we're selling to chiropractors, what we want to do is we want to come up with a sample policy and FAQ document that we can give this AI agent access to. That way it'll have a little bit more information. And what I mean by this is if we come over to more, we come over to files, we can upload files that our AI voice agent will be able to access and read through. And this will make more sense in 1 second. So if we come over to Claude and we say something like, act as an expert document writer. Your task is to create a sample policy and FAQ document that I will give to VAPI AI, a voice agent system. This is to act as a database with all types of information about a business. That way the voice model can access this and know what to say to people that are calling. The business is Chiropractors of Greater Boston. So we're just coming up with a sample database. That way I could show you guys how this would work. If you start working with a company and they sign you for, let's say, $2,000 a month, you want to come up with one of these for them or have them come up with it. So we'll just send that into Claude and it'll draft up a document. We can download that, upload it right into VAPI AI, and then it will have access to all of the information about the business. That way when someone calls, it will know the answer. So when someone calls and they say, hey, what hours are you guys open? Are you guys closed on Sundays? Do you guys accept this insurance? The AI will know what to say. So I'm going to let this come up with all that information and we'll be right back. All right, so it looks like Claude came up with a huge sample document for us. So you can see office hours, scheduling appointments, so appointment policies, cancellations, payment and insurance policies. And this is basically important to have for any business. That way, when a client's on the phone, you can just answer every question that they might have. So we're just going to come up here and we can download this as an MD file. There it is. And then we're going to come back over to VAPI and choose file. And we can just upload that directly to there. File uploaded successfully. And we can see there it is right there. Now if we come over to assistance, we can finish setting this up. So here we go. For this system prompt, I'm just going to copy this for the sake of this video. You want to test this out a lot when you're setting this up for a business, but for the sake of this video, this is basically the process you would do. Same exact thing. Come over to Claude, paste this in, and I would say something like, your task is to come up with a system prompt for this AI voice agent that I'm using in VAPI AI. The main task of it is to schedule appointments for a chiropractic office and also to answer whatever questions the patient on the phone may have. There we go. And it'll come up with a better one, and then you can just copy that, paste it over. Okay, so it looks like Claude just finished with the system prompt, and now the process you want to take with this is copy it, paste it right into VAPI AI. There we go. And I'll read through this very briefly just because it's really long. Chiropractors of Greater Boston, identity and purpose, voice and persona, speech characteristics, tone guidelines for appointment scheduling. It gave it very specific steps. If I was to write out a document like this, it would probably take 10 hours. So this is definitely the way to do it. And then what you want to do now is once you have that set up, you want to click publish, next, publish, because we're going to be adding the structured outputs later. So that's going to publish. And now what you want to do is you're going to want to talk to this assistant and do maybe 5 to 10 phone calls. Write down things you don't like about it. So maybe if at one point it interrupted you and said the wrong thing, write that down. Come back over to Claude where it came up with it and just write down, I have some adjustments I'd like to make. I took some notes on a couple calls. This is what I don't like about the prompt you wrote. Can you fix it to fix these issues for me, please? And it'll write a new one, copy it, paste it over, do another phone call, write down what you don't like, same thing. And then after about 5 to 7 times, it'll be pretty accurate and you'll like it. So that's typically the route I go with that. Okay, so I just want to real quick show you guys the value of having all this data inside of VAPI. So we uploaded that file with all the information about our... So we uploaded that file with all of our information about the chiropractic office, the sample one, and I just want to kind of demonstrate what the purpose of that is. So if we click Talk to Assistant, it'll have access to all of this data that Claude came up with. So as soon as it connects.
Thank you for calling Wellness Partners. This is Riley, your scheduling assistant. How may I help you today?
Hey Riley, I'm just curious, what are your office hours on Monday?
Great question. On Mondays, our office is open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, how long does a first appointment typically last for a new patient?
For new patients, the first appointment typically lasts about 45 to 60 minutes. This includes a consultation, examination, and often your first adjustment, if appropriate. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
Yeah, you guys have a fee for late cancellations?
Yes, we do have a late cancellation policy. If you cancel within 24 hours of your appointment, there is a $50 late cancellation fee. If you don't show up for your appointment without notice, the fee is $75. We understand that things come up though, so If you ever need to cancel, let us know as soon as possible so we can work with you. Would you like to schedule an appointment today?
I just have another quick question, if that's all right with you.
Of course, that's absolutely fine. I'm here to help.
Okay.
What's your question?
What payment options do you guys offer?
We offer several payment options to make things convenient for you. If you're using insurance, copays are due at the time of service, and we can verify your coverage before your appointment. For self-pay patients, the initial visit is $150, and follow-up adjustments are $65. We also accept HSA and FSA cards, and for larger treatment plans, we do offer payment plans. Does that answer your question, or is there anything else you would like?
Can I just ask you what kind of services you guys offer for chiropractic care?
Certainly. Absolutely. We offer a wide range of chiropractic services to address various conditions. Our treatments include care for back pain, neck pain, headaches, sciatica, sports injuries, auto accident injuries, and work-related injuries, among others. We also provide routine wellness adjustments to help maintain overall spinal health. If you have a specific concern or condition, feel free to let me know, and I can provide more detailed information. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
Yeah, I have an appointment next Thursday. What should I bring, and what should I wear?
For your appointment next Thursday, please bring a photo ID, your insurance card, if you have one, and any copayments that may be required. If you have recent x-rays, MRI results, or a list of medications, those are helpful too. As for what to wear, comfortable clothing is best. Ideally, something that allows easy movement like athletic wear or loose-fitting clothes. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
No, that'll be it today. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for calling Chiropractors of Greater Boston. We look forward to seeing you next Thursday. Have a wonderful day.
So, that's great and all, but if you're implementing this for a business, this is where the advanced setup comes in that most people don't really teach. You're going to want to have a way for them to book all of that information somewhere, like a Google Sheet or whatever else. That way they know when they have patients coming in and what to expect. So to do that inside of VAPI, it's actually super easy because now they have tools that you can integrate directly inside of VAPI, because before you had to use something like N8n to integrate them, which we still use N8n, but for a different purpose. So if we come down here to Google Calendar, we can connect our Google Calendar. So create event. So now I'm just going to change this name to create event. This tool will be used to create events for new appointments in a Google Calendar. Time zone, America, New York is fine. Perfect. And now we also need, we'll save that. And now we also need check availability, because if we already have appointments, we don't want it to double book. So this will be sure, we can leave it as that. This tool checks availability in the Google Calendar to avoid double booked appointments. Same thing. Save. And now the only issue is that this does not yet have access to our Google Calendar. So we can do. So what we can do for this is we could sign into our Google Calendar, and then we're just going to want to come over here, and under this More tab right here, you go to Integrations, and if you can see up here we have like 11 Labs, Cartesia. These are voice providers, so these are the text-to-speech models. But if we come all the way down, somewhere down here, you will see Google Calendar, Google Sheets, Go High Level. We just want this one for now, and to connect, it should be a simple OAuth. Connect, sign in with your account, select all, continue. We're now connected, there we go. And now if we come back over to our assistant, we come back over to tools, we should now be connected, and we could test this out. So now in order for us to use these tools that we just set up, the Google Calendar and Create Event, you want to come over to Assistant, use the assistant you have, and come over to this Tools tab. Select Tools, and select both of these, and click Publish. So basically, we're giving our AI agent access to these tools. That way it can create appointments and check our Google Calendar for us. So now if we talk to our assistant, we should be able to book an appointment and see that appointment get booked inside of our Google Calendar. So let's try that out right now.
Thank you for calling Wellness Partners. This is Riley, your scheduling assistant. How may I help you today?
Hi, Riley. Can I set up an appointment for tomorrow, Wednesday the 17th at 3 p.m.?
I'd be happy to help you with that. But let me check our availability for tomorrow, Wednesday the 17th at 3 p.m. Just one moment. Let's check the availability for that time slot. Great news. We have availability for an appointment tomorrow, Wednesday the 17th at 3 p.m. Let's go ahead and get that scheduled for you. Could I have your full name and contact information to complete the booking?
Yes, my name is SpongeBob SquarePants.
Thank you, SpongeBob. Could you please provide your phone number and email address so I can finalize the appointment details?
My email is spongebob@thekrustykrab.com, and my phone number is 777-888-9999.
Thank you for providing your information, SpongeBob. I'll now schedule your appointment for tomorrow, Wednesday the 17th at 3 p.m. You'll receive a confirmation email shortly. Your appointment is confirmed for tomorrow, Wednesday the 17th at 3 p.m. You should receive a confirmation email shortly. Since this is your first visit, please arrive 15 minutes early to complete your intake paperwork. Please bring a photo ID, your insurance card if you have one, and a list of any medications you're taking. If you have any recent x-rays or MRI results, bring those as well. The office is located at address. Is that address familiar to you, or would you like directions? Is there anything else I can help you with today?
I think that'll be it today. Thank you.
You're very welcome, SpongeBob. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. If you have any questions before your appointment, feel free to call us back. Have a great day.
So now that we gave that call a little bit to end and we come back over and check our Google Calendar, you can see we do have an appointment scheduled from 3 to 4 p.m. Okay, so now that you guys have the basics pretty much down pat and we have a working AI voice agent, I want to show you just how advanced we can get and how we can integrate this with N8n to fill out a Google Sheet with details about the appointment and customer. That way the business owner can have access to that. So inside of this model, what you want to do is you can come over to this Advanced tab. And this is pretty important as well. If you're working with, I think a chiropractor would be included in this. You would want to turn on HIPAA compliance just because you don't want them to get in any legal trouble at all. And then if we come down here, what we can do to call N8n, we need a server URL. To do that, we just set up a webhook and we can copy this URL from the webhook and we can paste that right into there. And now this will send all of the information over to our N8n webhook. And now there's a few steps we want to take. That way we can get all of the information and populate a Google Sheet with things like the customer name, email, phone number, the type of appointment, and how urgent they are. So if we come over to this Analysis tab and we go down to the Structured Data, we could say something like, you will be given a transcript of a call and your goal is to extract the customer name, email, phone number, and type of appointment they made. Okay. And now we just want to add these as their own individual properties. So we'll say customer name. We will say email. Make that lowercase. We'll say phone. Then we'll say there we go. And before we save these changes, we can scroll down to Advanced and come down to Messaging. And for this server URL, in order for this information to get sent over to N8n, we need a webhook trigger. So if we come over here, you can see we have a webhook. If you don't, just click this plus button, look up webhook, and click on that one. And then we're going to want to come in here, and you'll have this URL. Just copy that URL, bring it over, and paste it right there. So just like that. Server messages, we want to turn all of these off, and we just want to get this end of the call report because that's all we really need. And that should be it. So now we can publish this. Yep, that looks good. Okay. So now we can just publish this. Perfect. And now if we come over to N8n, let's detach it from there for a second. Detach all these for a second. And now we're listening. So if we go over here and we talk to the assistant really quick, it should send that data over to N8n at the end of this phone call.
Thank you for calling Wellness Partners. This is Riley, your scheduling assistant. How may I help you today?
Hi, can I set up an appointment for Friday?
I'd be happy to help you schedule an appointment. Could you please let me know what type of appointment you're looking to set up?
I'm looking to get an alignment.
Great. Are you an existing patient with us, or
New patient.
would this? Welcome. For your first visit, the appointment will be about 45 to 60 minutes. This includes a consultation, examination, and often your first adjustment if appropriate. I'll need to collect some basic information to create your patient file. Could I have your full name, please?
Yes, it's Peter Griffin.
Thank you, Peter. Could you also provide your date of birth?
It's October 12th, 1994.
Thank you, Peter. What's the best phone number to reach you?
111-222-3333.
Thank you. And in just a few words, can you tell me what brings you in today?
Yes, I'm looking to get an alignment for my spine.
Thank you for sharing that, Peter. Let me check the schedule for Friday and find the earliest available appointment for you.
All right.
Just one moment, please. I have availability for an appointment on Friday, October 13th. You can choose from the following times, 9 a.m., 11 a.m., or 2 p.m. Which time would work best for you?
9 a.m. would be perfect.
Perfect. You're all set for your chiropractic alignment appointment on Friday, October 13th at 9 a.m. Since this is your first visit, please arrive 15 minutes early to complete your intake paperwork. Please bring a photo ID, your insurance card, if you have one, and a list of any medications you're taking. If you have any recent x-rays or
Sounds
MRI
good.
results,
Thank you.
bring them. You're welcome, Peter. If there's anything else.
Okay, so we went ahead and got the information from the call. It looks a little bit crazy right now, so what I want to do is I want to get all of this onto a Google Sheet and then send myself a message every time we have a booked appointment. So what I'm going to do is look up Google Sheet, and we'll append to our update row and sheet. And for now, we're just going to drag that right there, and we have to create a Google Sheet. So we'll make one, and we'll say VAPI voice agent leads to. Perfect. And then we'll make these tops be customer name. We'll do one to be email. This one can be phone. This one can be appointment type. And then we'll spread those out a little bit, format them a little bit nicer. That way they look good. We'll do that. We can do fill that blue, make it bold, make it a little bit bigger, make the text white. And honestly, we could even add something like a drop down column like this, and we can make this be urgency. We could do low, medium. For now, let's not even worry about this. So we'll just leave it at customer name, email, phone, and appointment type. That's what we'll leave it at for now. So what we can do is we can come back over. We can connect our Google Sheets account. If you didn't already, come over to create new credential, sign in with Google. It'll bring you to one of those screens where you just pick your email. It'll sign you in. And I'll pick my account. I will pick voice agent leads to, and we were on sheet 1. So sheet 1, and then it'll give us this information to match on. So customer name. What we can do is all the information that we got sent over from VAPI is over here. For these headers, we could just close this out because what we're looking for is this structured data right here that we set up. So customer name, here we go, LeBron James. Email is lebronjames@gmail.com. The phone number is right here. And the appointment type is a routine adjustment. Perfect. So now if we click execute step, it should update this Google Sheet to have all of that information for us. So if we come back over, execute step, column 2 match on. There we go. We'll just do that for now. There we go. So if we go take a look now, you can see all the information did update, and we now have everything we need pretty much. So now if we come back over, now we want to get that information to an email. So what you could do is, honestly, you could just grab it from right here, I guess. And we can connect our Gmail account same way. And 2 is going to be your own email. So just connect your email. New appointment booked. Type can be text, expression, because we want the data to be changeable. You booked a new appointment with, same thing, close those. With, where's the name? LeBron James. And then we want to say, the type of appointment is a routine adjustment. Perfect. Here's his email and phone number if you want to get in touch with him. And then we can do something like this. We can go email, phone. We can drag that right over, just like so. And now if we scroll down, we can append N8n attribution, turn that off. That way it doesn't send, this message was sent by N8n. And if we test this out, we should get an email with the subject line, new appointment booked. I'm actually going to put with, and then we can put LeBron, with LeBron James. We have to turn that to expression. That way we can drag it in. And then we'll just click send, and we should check our email inbox. Oh, .com. You might want to put .com for the email. There we go. So now if we go check. Here we go. New appointment booked with LeBron James. There we go. We have his email, his phone number. It's a routine adjustment. That's perfect. So what you could also do in here is you could send this information to anything, a Slack channel with other team members. That way they know what's going on. But that's exactly how I would set it up. Keep it nice and simple. And that's pretty much it, guys. So hopefully this was a good tutorial for you guys. I feel like we went very in-depth. I tried showing you everything possible, and I tried doing it in a decent amount of time. That way I didn't just drag on. Tried to make it a little bit interesting for you guys. If you did like this, you can join my community right here on School. We have 796 members. It's currently only $39 a month. The price will be going up to $79 a month when we have 4 new members. So if you want to join, I'll leave a link in the description. If you join, you get access to all of these blueprints that you can copy and paste. And if you open one of these up, like this is the one we're working on right now, I give you an overview, and I give a very detailed way you can make money with this, a detailed how to set it up, and I give you all the codes to every workflow that I create, and I create 20 to 30 workflows every single month. So if you guys are looking to join, we do have members from all around the world pretty much. I'll leave a link in the description. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next. That way I know what videos to make for you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.